Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So I've just driven about 150 miles to come to this place behind me, which is the University of East Anglia, or UEA, which is where I studied about 25 years ago for my degree. So I wanted to make a film mainly aimed at younger people. If you are thinking about going to university and you're an athlete, what sort of things you should look for in a university, why, and ultimately why I chose UEA as a place for me. I'm going to catch up with someone from the current UEA athletics team, a guy called Tom, who's kindly agreed to meet with me and answer a few questions about what the UEA athletics team is like today and sort of what training they do and what it's like to train whilst you're at university. Just behind me, bathed in sunlight at the moment, are the famous ziggurat buildings of UEA, and if I just spin around a little bit, hopefully now behind me you can see the lake that is at UEA. One of the things that I absolutely loved whilst I was here, especially in my first year, was going for a run around the lake and over the fields beyond. There are miles and miles of paths and trails to run around, which were just absolutely fantastic for training, especially during my first year, until I moved more into the city. And my training then moved more to road running as opposed to coming over the trails because it was more convenient. Tom's kindly agreed to come and meet me, who is Head of Athletic Development at UEA Athletics. So he's going to come and talk to me. He's a second year biology student and wants to talk to me a little bit about what it's like at UEA Athletics right now. So Tom, how many people are actually in the club at the moment?
Well, this year we've got over 80 members so far.
Wow, that is a lot. That is a lot of members. Fantastic. And are they all doing athletic, as in running events, or are they doing field events as well?
Well, we've got mainly runners. I know there's a large bulk of the runners are in sprinters. There's also a lot doing distance, but I do know that we have at least a few throwers in the club.
Okay, and do you compete much as well? Is it mainly training, or do you actually compete as a club as well?
Well, for the longer distances, we've got the East Anglian Cross Country League on Wednesdays, every 2 or 3 weeks. We're currently leading the league in both the men's and women's.
Fantastic.
Which is excellent.
So I was a student 25 years ago now, and the UEA development has changed quite a bit, so the track is very much different to how I was. There was no sports centre when I was there, so there is a sports centre now. So what sort of facilities do you get to use? Is there any discounts or freebies that you get at the sports centre?
Well, I know that students all get access to all of it. Paid access to all the sports park facilities, which includes a swimming pool, a gym, and a rock climbing wall as well. Right,
fantastic. And what about training on the track? Do you get to train on there as well? Is that free? Do you have to pay? How does that work?
So the club books the track every Wednesday from 2 till 4, and that is open for free to all UEA Athletics members.
Excellent, fantastic. And in terms of training, how do you do the training? Does people bring their own training plans, or do you have a coach? How does that work?
So the training on the track is done by me. I coach the sessions. I probably should be a bit more organised than I am. It is very much just that I tell you what's going on in the day.
Yeah, sure.
But everyone seems to enjoy the sessions. I've not heard anything negative about them.
Yeah,
so.
Well, that's the important thing. We have to make sure we're enjoying our running as much as improving as well. So exactly. Yeah, enjoyment is half the battle. So yeah, good stuff.
Plus the social aspect is brilliant. Everyone seems to get along really well.
Excellent, fantastic. What do you do? Do you do stuff outside of the athletics club as well?
Yeah. Yes, we have every Wednesday is dedicated to sports night inside the LCR.
Right. Okay. What's sports night?
So all the sports clubs go out and have a night out, and there are themes that each sport chooses to do for each week. For example, we've had bad shirt night, we've had festivals, we've had anything but a cup to drink from. It's been fun. It's been really fun.
So do you find that you go out, do you go training around the fields at all here?
Oh yeah, there's Saturday morning sessions here with Alf Tupper Harriers, who we train with. Those are every Saturday at 9 a.m.
Right, okay.
Fun to wake up for. But they're really good sessions.
Yeah, excellent. And it's although it doesn't look it, there actually are a few kind of hills. Although we're in Norfolk and it's pretty flat, there are actually a few what we as runners would describe as hills, because you know it's slightly undulating. Do you find you do hill sessions here as well?
Oh yes. Like on those Saturday morning sessions, you'll notice we're on a bit of a hill right now. It just involves running around, like up the hill, across the top, down the hill, and along the bottom, with switching directions and different times for running in each direction. So you end up getting a lot of uphill, downhill in the sessions. Yeah,
perfect. That's great, thanks Tom. Really appreciate you coming to talk to me today and telling me a bit more about UEA Athletics and the club in general.
That's great, thank you for having me.
And just outside the sports park is the athletics track. So this has again changed quite significantly since I was here. It was a tartan track. It's still in the same location, but it now comes with a little mini stand. And as we can see, all the buildings all around it, these buildings just didn't exist. I think actually that building just behind me here, I think it was actually it was just a field, to be honest, and it had a bit of a hill on it. I think people used to go and do some sort of short sprints up the hill, but yeah, so this has all been cleared and the sports centre is now in its place. So no trip to Norwich to talk about UEA Athletics would be complete without a run around the Norfolk countryside. And it's actually a little place I've never been to before, I mean. So we're actually on the marshes around Norwich, which has got some lovely paths and trails. I can show you that. And that's beautiful to run around. So if you're into a bit of cross-country running, this is lovely. So whilst up here, I've come to meet up with my mate Robbie, who's recently moved back to Norwich. So he's showing me the sights of where he's moved to. So what's this place called, Robbie?
Without dox myself too much, we're in the Eton area of Norwich, and this is Marston Marshes. Very nice.
So thanks for watching to the end, guys. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like the video if you found it useful. If you're a young person looking to go to university, I recommend UEA because I found it really good for me. Having a track on campus and the amazing trails and fields that you can go running around were absolutely brilliant as an athlete. Anyway, as I say, thanks for watching and I'll see you for the next video. Take care and remember, enjoy your run.